elimination story.
You ready? Are you ready?
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Good morning. Let me back this up. It's morning, and we've slept the night away. Oh, come on in the classroom. We finna strike and light it up today. Listen, I ain't gonna waste y'all time with a long ass intro. Y'all come on. I gotta make sure my lips is moisturized today. I don't got time for the. I do want to say this before class begins. You know, to everybody out there who's working hard in pure intentions, with morals, with ethics, with a conscience, with a heart, with positivity, keep on doing what you're doing. Listen, there'll be a lot of times in your journey where the people with all the things will try to deter you by lies, negativity, drama, unnecessariness. Here's what you do, baby. Hold your head up, chin up, and keep on pressing forward, okay? And leave that dumb shit in the back. Another thing too, y'all, I'm going to Miami Fashion Week. I've been invited to Miami Fashion Week. Shout out to Renee from Cycle 20. I just started getting all these invites, and I was like, wait, oh. So y'all send me some clothes ideas. I really want to know some things I could wear. I want them to invite me back, y'all, so I can't show my ass. Anyways, my name is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work. What's up, y'all? I'm really starting to think that Cycle 7 is my favorite cycle. I know you guys have heard me say Cycle 6, and I still stand 10 toes down on that idea. But every time a Cycle 7 contestant tells me, yes, we want to talk, I get excited. Cycle 7 was so toxic. Cycle 7 is that boyfriend that I just had. Cycle 7 is that boyfriend that you love so much. But it's so bad for you. It is so bad. There are so many things, injustices in Cycle 7. And AJ Stewart is one of them. And we've heard all the things about her from our other Cycle 7 chats, from Eugenia, CarrieDee, Anchal, Meg. I hope I'm not missing anybody, who told us about the phenomenon, the icon living named AJ Stewart. And she is in the classroom today, and I'm so excited. Without further ado. AJ!
Hi!
How are you? You are so beautiful!
Let me see if I can turn you up a little bit. Hi!
You said turn me up? You want to turn me up?
Turn up!
How are you? It's so good to meet you. How are you doing today?
My God. Dude, I can't see your video. It's still loading. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Are you connected to like...
It might be my really crappy internet. Let's see.
We can see you.
Oh, good. I guess. Maybe. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Do you want to try it without the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay, let me take you off, and then once you do it, I'll bring you back on.
Okay.
Okay, cool. She looks so beautiful. I'm going to tell y'all something else, too. So I did my chat with Hannah Cat Jones. Yes, Tyra, we bind you. Let's bind Tyra up right now. Tyra, we bind you from doing harm. Harm to yourself, harm to others, and harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, we bind you from doing harm. Harm to yourself, harm to others, and harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. Bitch, Where's my fucking camper? Get this shit up out of here. Listen, I've been exporting or attempting to export, and my eyes are looking at my computer screen. I've been attempting to export the Hannah Cat Jones Cycle 16 chat for almost 2 years now. It's 3 hours long, and it's giving me a headache, but I'm gonna figure it out. Hopefully I can get it posted for y'all today. Oh, she's back. Hey.
There we go.
Hi!
There we go. Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm tired. I work now for a living, so I'm tired all the time.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a speech therapist. I work with little kiddos trying to help them talk.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And where are you situated in the world?
I'm in Sacramento.
Okay, dope. I am so excited to talk to you, AJ. Like, so freaking stoked. Because like I said earlier, you were one of my favorites. You're a lot of people's favorites. You had an amazing walk. You had an amazing look. And then we all feel like your time got cut so short. Fast forward many years later, I've had the chance to talk to a lot of your cast members, and they all love you. They all have hinted to your experience on the show. So it's like a blessing to me and my classmates to have you here so we can finally see, hear, feel all the things from you.
Oh, thank you so much. I am blessed and honored to be asked to be interviewed. It's been a very long time. This is like the first time I've done anything in years and years and years and years and years. I've been kind of underground, so.
So what made you say yes? I saw you, Eugenia was like, you pulled AJ out of hiding. What made you say yes?
Honestly, because the other girls that I knew, CarrieDee, Anchal, Meg, you know, my girls from the show, they had, you know, done interviews with you, and I was like, well, if they did it with him, it must be okay. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Yay. We're so happy to have you here. I know we do not have you for a long time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right on into it. Now, listen, I want to open up with this. I have a text message from Spice. I wonder what she wants. I want to open up from this comment that a fan left, and they said, this is from J_R. They said, yes, I am so stoked and excited to hear everything she has to say. I hope we get some juicy questions and even juicier answers. I just hope that, even though it's been over a decade since we last saw her, I hope that she speaks her mind and doesn't hold back, and that she is going to give us everything we want and more. I just have this feeling that she will speak her mind and give us some good tea, that NDA no longer matters. Speak the truth, fingers crossed. What is your reaction to that?
My reaction is that's probably pretty true. I tend to speak my mind in most situations. So, you know, come at me. I'm ready to answer your questions. It's all good.
Oh, so here we go. Listen, tell us, why did you audition for America's Next Top Model?
Okay, so I auditioned because I received an email on MySpace. If anyone's old enough and remembers MySpace, okay. They found me and the other girl through the internet, if I'm not mistaken, on MySpace. They recruited us. They asked me if I wanted to try out. And I was like, okay. I had nothing better to do. I had actually never seen the show in my life. I had never seen it. I knew who Tyra Banks was, but that's it. I had no idea who anybody else was on the show. So I was like a fish totally out of water, and it was crazy. So yeah, I just said yes because it was a really random thing to do. And I remember calling my best friend at the time and going, I just got this weird message like about this show. And she's like, you should do it. You should do it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then it just happened. And then it was just so surreal and weird.
So what do you remember from your onboarding process? Like the paperwork, the phone calls, the flight, all that stuff.
You know what I remember the most? I remember lots of waiting, a lot of being tired, a lot, like half awake while they, you know, organized us and led us different places. But the main thing that I remember was the psychological tests that they gave us. And I knew, because I have 2 degrees. I have a bachelor's in psych and I have a bachelor's in communication and disorders and sciences. And I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but I knew when they pulled out that psych test that they were doing some serious shit. And I could tell that they were going to be, you know, carefully orchestrating the personalities that were going to be on the show. And I could tell when they were giving us that test, I was like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? This is going to be interesting.
So you being knowledgeable of psych and communications, you getting that test, what were some of the things, if you can remember, that triggered you? That's like, oh no, this is some bullshit. I can smell the raccoon in the rivers already.
Well, like I said, the test itself, when they had us sit down and take this like 3-hour test, I forgot which one it was. But yeah, it's like a 3-hour, 4-hour test. We're sitting there filling it out, and I just thought to myself, this is some serious shit they're doing right now.
So with you being recruited, you never saw the show. They kind of sought you out for it. You being a part of it now, what were your intentions in participating in the show? What did you look to get out of it?
For me, what I looked to get out of it, that's a really interesting question, because I didn't go there with dreams of being a model like everyone else did. I think I did it because it was like a sweet offer, and I was like, if I'm smart, I'll take this chance because it's something I've never done before, and it's probably going to be pretty cool regardless of what happens. But my intentions were just to kind of go along for the ride. I wasn't like, I must win America's Next Top Model. It wasn't like that, you know. I was just like, let's see what happens.
And clarify for us, had you modeled before? Had you done any runway, any photo shoots? Top Model was your first time?
Yep. That was my first experience modeling. And then after Top Model, I only modeled for about a year before I was out. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were so good. Of course, you know, people still talk about your runway walk to this day. Where did that walk come from?
You know where that walk came from is just where my hips just are. It must be just the way my legs and hips are built, because when I walk, I tend to walk in a straight line. I don't know what that's about. It's just genetics or something, but I don't know. I was just like, I'm going to walk like a runway model now, I guess.
That is bananas. And so I know I'm jumping ahead, but I'm just so fascinated that you didn't have any type of modeling experience or interest, and you performed so well. So like when you, because I remember that cobblestone challenge with Bree and Miss J, and I remember when you walked out, Miss J was gagging, Bree was gagging, I was gagging, they was gagging. Did you know what you were serving the children, or you were just doing your own thing?
I was just doing my own thing. I was trying to just not fall over. My shoes were like 2 sizes too big, and my dress was falling off. It was like literally falling off. And I was just trying to get through it without falling.
And so what is your reaction when people go up for your modeling abilities, your natural modeling abilities?
I think it's really sweet of people to say that. I think it's really nice. I think that, like, there's times in my life where I go, maybe I should have, like, taken that road, you know? Because I've taken lots of roads in my life I've had lots of different jobs, lots of different situations, and you know, modeling was cool, but it didn't speak to me. It didn't fill me with joy. I thought it was fun sometimes, totally fun, but as far as what I wanted to do with my life, I was not sure that was the way I wanted to go. Because after the show, I got an offer to come to New York, and they were like, do you want to come to New York and lose 10 pounds? And I was like, no, I don't. Because I know modeling is a lot about, you know, your appearance and everything else. And I was like, I don't want to be subject to that all the time, you know?
That makes sense.
I get stressed out really easily. That was part of my exiting of the show, actually. So I don't deal with stress very well.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to keep this train on going. I do a thing called ANTM roll call where I name everybody who is casting your cycle, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your head, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Are you ready?
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Oh, okay, so the first girl out was Christian.
Christian. I know. I'll be super honest. It was such a long time ago. It was like, I just remember her being nice. I don't remember anything negative about Christian. Maybe not like super model-y, but that was back then, and who knows? I don't know. She seemed nice, I guess.
Nice. Nice gown. The next person on the list is Megan.
Megan. She was also really nice, really sweet. We had a mutual friend, actually, because she's into film, or was into film. I don't know. I haven't spoken with her in a while, but we had a mutual friend in film and ended up hanging out outside the show a little bit. But she was also really sweet, really smart, good head on her shoulder.
Okay. Next on the list, of course, is Miss Monique Calhoun.
I don't remember that much about her, except that she was kind of crazy in the sense that she did kind of crazy things. But I think that it could have been for the cameras. Like, I don't know who she is personally. I just thought that she was a little extra.
Okay, the next person on the list is Rock and Roll Meg.
Rock and Roll Meg. She was amazing. I love Meg. We hit it off. I thought she had a great personality. She was just really open and chill and sweet. I was like, I can get along with this. That's cool. So we vibed. That was good.
What about Brooke?
Brooke was just adorable. I just remember her as this like cute little cheerleader girl. And I just remember her as cute. Anchal, gorgeous, still the most beautiful one on our cycle and in like ever. I just think she's so breathtakingly beautiful. And, you know, I told her that and I didn't want to make her feel weird. I'm like, I'm not hitting on you. I just think you're like the prettiest girl here and you should totally, you know, go far. And she was just, you know, a really kind soul. And I dug that as well. So we were good. We were pals too.
Jada,
another sweet one. I thought she was really nice. She seemed like she was a little like a fish out of water as well. She seemed kind of out of her element as well. So I thought that was something that we maybe had in common. I talk to her on Facebook sometimes. She's nice. She's got like a bunch of kids and looks really happy and it's great. So go Jada. Michelle, barely remember her. I hate to be like, oh, we're talking about the twins, aren't we? Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm like, how long has this been? The twins. Michelle, also really smart. Struck me as really smart. I thought the twins, I'm just going to talk about them together as two people because because it's been so long that I can't remember their personalities very well. I just remember them as being nice and you know, not into drama. I liked that. They were not into drama.
Okay. Eugenia.
Didn't get to know her very well.
It's a joke.
It's all good. I didn't get to know her that well. At the time, I thought she might have been a little stuck up, but that was at the time. People can be, you know, totally different in other situations, especially like in the situation we were in. Like, who knows what kind of face she was putting on? Like, who knows? Maybe that was who she was. Maybe, but she seemed like she was there to win too.
Gotcha, Eugenia. We love Eugenia. What about Miss Melrose?
Miss Melrose, honestly, I think people made a bigger deal out of our like thing where I didn't like her very much, but that's all it was. I wasn't a super big fan of hers. I just thought she was a little bossy, a little controlling, a little bit she had some eating habits that annoyed me. I remember she would like always eat edamame, the soybeans.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she would eat like just that for dinner or something. And I was like, that's not enough. I was the one in the house going like, everybody needs to eat.
Yes. Eat, children.
Eat, children. I know we're trying to be models, but we gotta eat.
And then last but not least, CarrieDee English.
CarrieDee, sweetest. She's so sweet. I'm so proud of her success. I think she totally deserved the win. According to other interviews you've had, I guess Anchal said there was something about the top 5 being pre-selected.
Oh, we love a girl who does her homework. Let's get into it.
That's what I heard. I don't have any evidence of that, but I'll say that from the beginning, I had a very good feeling that they had already sort of mapped everything out, especially with the psych tests and making us like, disclose all of our personality traits and stuff. I had a feeling that they were carefully orchestrating some shit to go down. So, yeah.
So, like, okay, so for those of you who don't know, Anchal in the chat that she did with me has this whole theory that she based off of plane tickets, where I guess in her own investigation, a lot of the people who were eliminated already had a plane ticket that was already dated according to their elimination, which makes her believe, and a lot of people believe, that the sequence in which girls got eliminated was not happenstance. It was already planned out for those people who don't know what we're talking about. So I want to know, what can you remember that gave you indication that there was a rigging or a rigged structure for a specific outcome?
Probably everything about it. Like I said, the psych tests, the way they had us, set up for challenges where they didn't really tell us what was going on. It was just like, okay, now you're here, cameras are rolling, this is what's going to go down. Not a lot of warning. I know that we had something called sequesterville, where after you were eliminated, you would have to spend some time in a hotel so that your family didn't know that you'd been eliminated yet, something like that. And Meg and I had a hotel room together, so that was fun. But yeah, it was just like, let's see, what else? I just the whole damn thing, man.
Gotcha. No, I got you. So we're going to go on to the on-screen talent and judges, beginning with the person who was at all of you guys' photo shoots, Mr. J. Manuel. What are your thoughts on him?
I thought that, again, I had never met or seen these people before in my life. I had no idea who they were. So it was like, okay, there's just this guy helping me out or coaching us, and I guess I'm supposed to listen to him because he's in the industry and whatnot. And that's kind of it. It wasn't like, oh wow, it was just like, okay.
Hi.
Yeah, that was me the whole time. The whole time they'd like bring us in and have us supposed to be excited for something and be like, hey, it's so-and-so. And I'm like, okay, yay.
What were your experiences from what you can remember working with him on the photo shoots? I mean, you did like 5 with him.
I know. I'm trying to remember. I guess he was just good at directing me. If people like the photos I made, then maybe he was a good director for, bringing that stuff out in the photo shoots. I like I said, I don't have a lot of fashion or photography experience, so it was just somebody to coach me, a coach.
Cool. What about Mrs. J. Alexander?
So amazing, really nice. Loved the confidence. Just totally exuded confidence. And I love that. It was just really nice. Really nice. I'm sorry, I don't have like really bad dirt. I'm just like, everyone was pretty nice.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're just enjoying you and this beautiful skin and smile with these eyelashes that I'm so jealous of.
They're magnetic falsies, and I love them.
No, they're so cute. I love a nice winged eyelash. I feel like it just does something to the face.
I agree. It helps me look awake in the morning when I'm like,
Mm-hmm. What about Twiglet? Miss Twiggy.
Honestly, that was really cool just to see her as a fashion icon. That was pretty amazing. Same with Tyra. It was like, I don't know who you are, but I know who you are. And I know that you're an icon. And that was really cool. I didn't get much from Twiggy in the sense that I don't remember talking to her really. Because it's been so long. I'm like, I don't remember. I feel like I have to go and rewatch our season so that I can like give you guys better answers.
No, you're fine. You're doing a great job. What about Nigel Barker?
Another great fashion coach, I guess. He just seemed like very professional, like he knew what he was doing. But again, I didn't get to know him personally, really. I know he did some work with CarrieDee. But yeah, again, just really know him.
And then last but not least, Tyra Banks.
Didn't really get that much time with her. It was very much like sort of being plopped down into interviews that didn't last very long, and there was no like behind the scenes chatting with Tyra. It wasn't like that. It was just like, you're here now, you're gonna talk to Tyra, and then she's gone. Mm-hmm. I respect her business prowess and her amazing ability to have been in the industry for so long and be so successful, and to create a show like America's Next Top Model, like this phenomenon apparently. And I respect her for that. I think that she, at least at the time when I was there, seemed like a bit of a narcissist, but I think that happens with supermodels. I think if you're a supermodel, it's hard to not be part narcissist on some level. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay, no, I get it, and I totally agree with you. I agree. Okay, so here we go with some of the fan questions. So hopefully some of these fans' questions do jog your memory, because they put them so eloquently down in the comment section. So here we go. Okay. So ANTM_POTLEADUM_SMICE_Bussy.
Okay.
Have you watched any of the other lives with Oliver and the other girls from your cycle, Eugenia, Anchal, Meg, and CarrieDee? If so, were you surprised by anything they said? Was anything inaccurate as far as you remember?
I have to be really honest right now and say I haven't. You only contacted me like a week or two ago, right? And I've been working so much lately. I haven't really been spending that much time on the internet. So I haven't watched them, but I think I will when I get a chance.
Okay, cool. So this is Kite99 asking, what did you think about the model stereotype photo shoot back then? Knowing how we are as people now, not glamming up topics like anorexia, drug abuse, bulimia, etc. I would like to know if you didn't see it as a bad thing when filming, and if you did, how did it make you feel seeing all those serious issues being glammed up for entertainment, especially your stereotype, which was sleeping with casting director.
Yeah, the casting couch. What did I think about it? I thought it was a little ridiculous. Like everything on that show was just a little bit ridiculous. It didn't bother me in the sense that they were, glamorizing it. I don't think that it was so much that. I think it was just kind of a interesting and smart photo shoot, in my opinion. I didn't think it was a bad thing. I think the elements of the shoot and the different parts that people had to play were definitely, hard to see maybe for some people, but it's a reality. So, yeah, it was just, I just remember just trying to do what they told me and keep my head on straight, you know?
Gotcha. So this is from Raymond M. And they want to know, how was it meeting Janice Dickinson and Jaslene, Gonzalez this season? Because you guys met her for a challenge.
Yeah, Janice Dickinson, I had heard of her. It was another one of those, like, I maybe have heard of her, but I really don't know who she is. And I had to, like, look her up, and I was like, okay, I guess she was a model. But she didn't strike me as very, I shouldn't say nice, because I keep using the word nice, but she just didn't seem, I don't know. I just didn't.
Friendly, approachable.
Yeah, she was not approachable, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to approach her. So it was a weird situation. If we're talking about the interview thing that I had to do, I just remember being sort of blindsided and going like, okay, I'm just gonna wing this. And, it was disastrous because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who she was, so I didn't give a shit. And I was like, okay, let's just see where this goes. And then she's trashing my hat. I'm like, whatever. I don't care what this lady thinks. I don't know who she is. I don't care who she is. And yeah, that hat, I still have it somewhere.
Everyone wanted to know, did you still have that hat?
I have that hat. I got it from the makeup artist on the show. Yeah, he was wearing it.
And
yes, it's his hat.
Oh, wait, stop for the cause.
That's his hat.
The reason why you got assaulted by Janice Dickinson, allegedly the world's first supermodel, doing that interview chat with that pink thing on your head, was because of Sultan Raja, the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3?
It wasn't because of him. It was because I wanted his hat so bad. Right? I'm like, I want your hat. Like, what do you want for it? And I ended up paying him for the hat so I could keep it. And I just really liked it. And I haven't worn it in a million years, but I have it somewhere. It's good for the memories.
We got to keep on going, okay? We got to keep on going. John, that was amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. So John Cesaris wants to know, does anyone want, okay, yeah, that was about the hat. So this is Raymond M again. Who ate Monique's Doritos, which made her go into a rampage and throw all the models' food in the trash?
That's a good question. I have no idea who ate her Doritos. I don't know. I really don't even remember that, to be honest.
So, what do you remember anything from the crazy wig hair moving photo shoot?
So dumb. That was like the dumbest thing. I remember thinking, like, I thought most of our photo shoots were pretty dumb because I didn't like particularly the photos that came out of them. The only one that I liked was the one that you used for the promo for this, the one on the runway where everyone thought I was fierce, but I was actually just really pissed. That look on my face where everyone's like, oh, you're so fierce. It's like, I was pissed. I was so pissed that they made us walk on that floating runway. I was like, what is this? We are going to break our necks. I was trying to help the other models so that we didn't fall in, even though they were trying to make us fall in. And I just remember thinking, this is dumb, this is arrogant, this is not safe, and I kind of hate you guys right now. And so all of that was in my face at the end of the runway for that shoot. So that look on my face is like, what the F, guys?
Did you know that when Eugenia fell and she hurt her knee, you know, she still has that scar still to this day.
No way.
She still has it.
Oh, wow. Those bastards.
Okay. Which was the next question from Kimmy Arrow. Please ask her about the runway photo shoot. Even on that rickety runway, her photo was so fierce. And you just told us you were pissed at everybody. What else do you remember from that day? Because it seemed like it was a hectic day. Monique was throwing up. Eugenia was drowning. It's a whole bunch of shit going on. What else do you remember from that day?
I wish I could. I just remember lots of waiting. I remember being, you know, fitted for things and clothes never fitting me the way they should, like ever. My dress was too big for that photo shoot. It was way too big. My shoes were too big as well. So that was another reason why I was trying to, you know, keep from falling over, because my shoes were like size 10s and I'm like an 8.5 and I'm like, oh my God. So, as far as drama and throwing up and everything, I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and I'm sorry, but I'm old now, and I'm like...
You are not old.
It was such a long time ago. I don't remember all of the little things, but I do remember some things, though.
Mm-hmm. No, you're fine. No, it was... Monique did not participate in that photo shoot because she was sick and she was throwing up, and they sent her packing that episode. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ah! So this is the voice. Somebody. They said, you got AJ. Oh my God, I love her. Her cannibal photo was their favorite photo, which was so stunning. What do you remember from the circus photo shoot?
I remember the model that I was working with, the guy, and he seemed really nice, but also just like uncomfortable. We were all kind of uncomfortable about it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't remember it being particularly, you know, any one thing. I just remember it being kind of cool. And, but again, I didn't like the way I looked. I thought that I looked ridiculous and not very cute, but whatever. If, you know, you know, modeling is about embodying whatever the photographer wants you to embody, right? So, so I was there to be a cannibal, and I was like, "That's cool. I love cannibals. Let's do some Silence of the Lambs." And
it eats the fava beans.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm being weird.
Weird. I didn't hear you.
No, I said it eats the fava beans.
Yeah. Yes, it puts the lotion on its skin. Or else it gets the hose again, my friend. My mom and I watched that movie for Christmas. We also watched Seven. We have family movie nights that are all about like death and murder. It's good.
Listen, when that man, well, I don't know, when Billy is standing over that hole and yelling to her, it puts the lotion on its skin. AJ, my soul departs and goes to heaven. I don't know why, and it's so that I think that part is so funny to me. That whole scene. And and at the end of Seven, I love a nice gag. I love something that makes the people gag. When that man opens up that box and sees that it's his wife.
What's in the box?
And he realizes that it is his wife's severed head in that box, and he goes bananas.
I think the funny part of that scene is right before that scene when they're leading Kevin Spacey out to the part with, you know, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, and they're looking up the road and there's a car coming down and then they see a dead dog and they're just like, what do you got? And he's like, dead dog, and Kevin Spacey's like, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that. That was not me. I've done many things, but that one was not me.
Right? I love that part. Anyway.
Okay, back to the question. So here we go. Jacob Wright. Mr. J was over it during Makeovers and called out multiple girls, including you, for bad attitudes. Did anything else happen during this scene that we did not see? Was it really as emotional as it was portrayed?
I will say that emotionality, just as a separate thing, emotionality on the show for me personally was all real. I was so anxious. What I didn't know at the time, what I know now, is that I have a raging anxiety disorder, and I was freaking out all the time. So it was one of those things where I did break into tears quite often because I was stressed out, and that was all real. In terms of that scene that they were talking about with the makeovers, I just remember us getting talked to, and it sounds kind of funny, but I've been talked to my whole life about my attitude problem, especially in school. I would get in trouble for my attitude problem at school, so it wasn't really that different from what I've been hearing most of my life. I don't think it was, I think we had a right as people on the show to be upset about whatever they did to us. You know, it's our bodies, it's whatever they're going to do to us and make us open. But, you know, if we were being bratty in their eyes, I think it was just their opportunity to put on that sort of paternal hat and be like, ooh, you need to listen to us because we're in charge and we know what's best for you, and that kind of a thing, if that makes sense.
No, that does make sense. I tell you all the time, I would have never lasted on the show like America's Next Top Model, because the moment another grown person would have decided they would have been speaking, treating, or anything to me of that way, go ahead, let me go home now, because this is not what this, ooh, all right.
Yep, that's a story right there, me going home.
Which we're going to get to.
I'm like, should I tell it or should I wait?
Okay, no. Okay, let me hurry up. So, LaurenShay.LA is asking, my question is, when they did the photo shoot where they had to be famous couples, what did she mean by not being able to portray Mark Anthony because he was not of Latin descent? It's one thing to put people in blackface and whiteface like they did on several other problematic shoots, but I want to know what she found challenging about having to portray him and J-Lo, even due to their ethnicity not being how she identifies. Did she find it inappropriate?
That's a really good question that I probably, you know, I just remember thinking again that the photo shoot was really dumb, and just thinking this is really, really, really dumb. They shouldn't be making me try to portray these people.
AJ, I have a question. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Are you covering the mic?
Am I? Maybe I am. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
That's a little bit better.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
I could put my headphones in. Maybe that would help.
Ooh, let's see.
Okay.
What's all that cool stuff on the table behind you?
It's just papers. Just paperwork.
Work. You gotta work. We love a working girl.
Okay, is this any better?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
AJ, you are so beautiful.
You are so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. But I'm just catching, like, you're beautiful. Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
That makes me happy.
Yay. Thank you. No, you're so welcome. Back to the alter ego double celebrity marriage shit.
I just thought it was dumb. I just really thought it was dumb. I was like, there's no way I should try to be even trying to portray J-Lo. I did the best I could, but my heart was definitely not in it. It was, I just remember thinking, this is really stupid. Mm-hmm. This is really, really stupid. And I'm just going to do what I can. But as far as the whole, ethnicity thing goes, I don't know if it's wrong, but I don't think it's right, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's not, I don't think they meant anything by it, but again, I'm not the show's producers. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do. I just think that they were trying to put us in insanely uncomfortable situations just to see what we would do. Mm-hmm. So would I do it again? Never. I thought, especially now at a time when that stuff is like just not even close to being cool. But yeah, just the general vibe for me was stupid. That was the vibe.
Okay, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Okay, my phone is locked. She's now open. So this is Holiday 197, and we finally about to sink our teeth into the things of the things. Why do you think you were eliminated over Jada? It made no sense to me, given you were doing so well up to that point, and Jada had already been in the bottom two twice previously by that point. So tell us about your elimination story.
You ready? Are you ready? It's not as exciting as you would think. It goes back to what I was saying before about not handling stress well. I essentially, like I mentioned before, super anxious all the time. I was having nervous breakdowns. I was having panic attacks. I was not happy. I was not in a good place emotionally or mentally on the show. And I asked them, I said, can you please eliminate me next time? I don't want to do this anymore. And they listened, and I went home. And Tyra was like, you don't want this enough. And it's like, whatever, girl, whatever you need to say, it's all good. You're right. I don't want this enough. Peace. So that's the story. It's not exciting. Your girl just has mental health issues that had to be addressed.
And you chucked up the deuces. So that's, because somebody put in the comments, why did you roll your eyes when Tyra was talking to you in the bottom two? And so that's why you rolled your eyes.
I rolled my eyes because that's what I do. I've been rolling my eyes since I was a kid and getting in trouble for rolling my eyes at people. I think it was just, it was like, whatever you need to say right here is fine. Okay, telling me I don't want this enough, blah, blah, blah. Technically, you're right. That's fine. I'm on my way.
So let me ask you this. You just told us that you were having emotional breakdowns and panic attacks. The people who were running the show, were they knowledgeable of these experiences you were having? They had to be, right?
They had to be, yeah. They were, at the end, I remember in Sequesterville when Meg and I were eliminated and sharing our hotel experience, they did send us to a psychologist at one point. And I think it was just to like have us checked out or whatever. I know Meg went first and they were checking her out to make sure she was okay. And then I think I went too, and we just had like a quick chat, but by that time it was over. So I wasn't like as freaked out as I was before. But I remember at the end them sort of going, oh, are they okay? But during it, I think they were just trying to get what they could on camera and make a good story,
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't feeling it. I was mad.
Cygnus99 wants to know, what are your thoughts on how you were edited on the show?
Honestly, I think everybody was edited to death on that show. I think they did what they wanted to do with the editing. I don't think I was edited too poorly. I think they probably showed, my personality for the most part. I do remember, there's a famous, I don't know if it's famous, but people talk about that line, Melrose, where I was supposedly saying Melrose. That wasn't me. I didn't say Melrose. Somebody else did. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't me. So they had that, I remember on the closed captioning, they like showed my face and had the quote there. And I was like, that's not me. I didn't say that. I thought it was funny. Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny, but I don't think I was the person that said that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Looking back on it, is there anything you would have done differently?
At the time, dealing with what I was dealing with, I don't think I could have done anything else other than exit gracefully. I think if I was going at it now, I'd probably still have the same problems. I'm not exactly like more enlightened or able. I mean, I can sort of deal with myself better now. I'm older, I'm wiser, I can deal with my, you know, anxiety a little bit better, but it's still there. It's still something I struggle with every single day. And so I don't think I'd be putting myself in that situation again by choice, just because of who I am as a person and how I don't like to be, you know, out there too much.
Gotcha. We love, you know, it's so beautiful when you get to a place where you can be so honest with yourself, honest with your strengths, honest with your weaknesses, and that way you're able to erect boundaries that protect other people and protect you at the same time. That is so beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of your hotel sequestered experience?
I don't know. I don't know if I should. I just know that Meg and I made friends with a couple of guys at across the way. They were living in apartments, and we were like showing up signs, like come hang out, because we were, you know, we had nothing to do. We were just like, come hang out, and these guys came over and we hung out, and that was like the most exciting thing that happened. It was just hanging out with two random strangers and trying to make the best of a really weird situation. Yeah, that was a wild night.
This is someone in the comments, Craziest Face, said, tell them about the breakout.
The breakout. Oh. Craziest Face is my best friend from high school, by the way. Hi, Caitlin. The breakout. Caitlin, do you mean like where we kind of escaped the Sequesterville and hung out with those guys? Because that's basically what I was talking about. It was, you know, we were supposed to be in our hotel and not leaving at all. And we broke out and went over there, and then they came over to our hotel, and, you know, we just hung out. But I think that's what she's talking about. I'm not positive.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yep, she said, yep, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Do you have a favorite moment that you can remember that was left on the cutting room floor? A moment that we as fans, viewers, watchers did not see?
Favorite moment? No, but I can tell you for a fact that all of my what were they, the confessionals or whatever, like I remember doing so many of those and having almost none of them air, and I think it's because I was in there like just totally speaking my mind and over everything, and you know, I don't think they could put any of it on the air because of I was just so like not going along with the program, you know.
Gotcha. So earlier you told us that you only modeled for a year after that until you were like, oh, this is not for me. What have you been doing all this time?
All this time, I've been going to school. I finished school. I got like 2 degrees. I worked as a nanny for a really long time because I love kids. And I worked as a nanny for many, many years, and I just recently transitioned to being a speech therapist. So now I'm doing that, and it's pretty cool. I like helping people. That's ultimately what I like doing, is helping people. And, you know, I'm not making that much money. Let's be real. Helping people does not pay the bills, but my heart is a little bit more in tune with what I should be doing. And you know, there's definitely times when I go, I should have just been a model. I wouldn't have to worry about money or anything like that. But I think the stress maybe would have been a little too much.
You know what? I'm not sure what your spiritual, religious affiliations is. But I do know when you do good from a good place, things will always come back to you. So I'm pretty sure you are taken care of. You're happy. There are things in the works, in the energy, in the universe, just converging to you because you're putting all that great stuff out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
2 more questions for you, and Miss AJ, I'm gonna let you go. So basically, top model, from what I'm getting to you, is one big blur that you packed away in the back of your brain, which I totally understand.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. No lies detected.
But I want to know, what is the greatest thing that you took away from the experience?
The greatest thing that I took away from the experience was the experience itself, having that in my life and going, yeah, I did that. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody gets to do what I did, you know, and I'm grateful for that opportunity, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that came after that. You know, traveling, modeling, seeing different parts of the world. You know, just grateful for it. It wasn't always super enjoyable, but that's okay. That's how life is, you know? Like, you just gotta keep going.
And if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now in 2021, what would you say to her?
I just say hi. Hey.
AJ, is there anything you want to leave the classroom before I let you go? Because I know you have to go.
It's okay. Let's see. Not really. Just thank you for this opportunity and this experience. And I love that there's people that still like give a shit about what I'm doing. I think that's really fun and amazing. And I am thankful for all of my fans. I have fans, I guess, and I think that's really great. So just thank you for this opportunity. This has been really fun.
Yay! Listen, you were one of the most requested people for me to go live with. So when you responded and we were able to confirm a date and time, I was so excited, and I knew that they would be excited. Thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. I know it's 9 o'clock where you are. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Me and my friends over here are sending you all the positivity, all the love, all the kisses, all the hugs as we tell you goodbye and safe travels after giving us an amazing Cycle 7 A&TM Live.
Thank you so much. I hope, you know, I think people were expecting a little more dirt, but, you know,
who gives a shit?
Amen.
You did a fabulous job.
Amen, dude. Amen.
Thank you so much, AJ. You take care now.
You too. Thank you so much.
Yes. Everyone, give it up for AJ! I absolutely loved it. I loved it. And I hope you bitches did too. And if you didn't, oh the fuck well. Listen, this video will be uploaded to the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. That's TWIXT. Where you can listen to this chat and about 90 other chats where I've talked to past contestants, past judges, and even Tyra Banks herself. Yep, go check it out over there at the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. I love you guys so much. Be sure to pray, kegel, and cackle until next time, because you bitches know it's gonna be next time. We still gonna be getting to the things. Other things. I love you guys. Be safe. Come home.